Well, greetings, our valued travel partners, and welcome to another week of Connect with Princess, our amazing webinar series that I got to tell you, I look forward to this. And obviously, since we began the Real Love Boat screening, we've been doing this every week. So I know you're not tired of us. I'll tell you, many of you from last week asked me, Carmen, you keep saying greetings, valued travel partner. What happened to Carpe Diem or seize the day? So I guess I'm going to have to take an adjustment on my greetings with all of you. Hello, Lisa from Virginia. This is the part I love, when I get to know who's watching, who's tuning in, who's as excited as we are for the amazing amount of interest that we can. Oh, Ricky, thank you so much. Hello. So I'll tell you, it has been beyond our expectations. Hello, Helena. Oh, hello, Helena. It's so good to see you. Amanda from Fayetteville, North Ahoy. I like that. Very, very cruise wise. I love it. I love the kind of receptions that we are getting. And from South Florida, Ivy, I woke up today and it's a winter's day. And I'm not going to sing Simon and Garfunkel, but it was under 70 degrees. That's like fur weather here. Angel from Fresno, Texas. Welcome, Angel. Thank you so much. We love that you guys are here. We have gotten such an amazing reception from each and every one of you. I mean, I think we haven't seen anything like this ever. So obviously, Real Love Boat has gotten you intrigued, and our sweepstakes as well. So we'll talk more about that. We love the artwork behind. Oh, thank you, Dar. So yes, thank you for reminding me. I'm not in the studio today. I am at home. So last time I was at home, we did it from the bar, right? Because we had Ted joining us for the very first episode of Connect with Princess after the Real Love Boat aired. So it was pretty spectacular. We had a great time. And then today I'm back home because I have all sorts of conference seasons and we'll be traveling. Actually, Marsha and I will be traveling together next week. More to come on that. So great to be back home. Actually, South Florida has a huge conference in town this weekend. So figured easier to go down to Miami Beach from the last time I lost you guys, I couldn't show you the beautiful cruise ships from the beautiful balcony. But trust me when I tell you, cruising is back. And we'll go to the next slide because we've got, as always, breaking news. Now, let's talk about the Q&As. You all know we really want to make sure that you're following us on Facebook. We have an amazing team. My colleagues are just spectacular. Between Stephanie, we've got Wendy. I mean, we've got the entire team on board to answer your questions. So make sure you also stay tuned to the end, right? And we also have YouTube, so don't forget that. And then we do a Q&A at the end. Really, really critical. And at the end of the day, this is really all about you. So my friend Joe, by the way, Joe, the man Joe, who's always on standby, because I always say it is always technical. And if anything goes wrong, he's ready to go to take it from there. But he decided to add the Facebook. Thanks a lot, Joe. Really, thank you. Go ahead and like us, follow us, because if you don't, or you have some of your travel partner friends that don't, please share it with them, because that's when you get all the news. When we're going to have our webinars, you really get insider info when you're there. So I love the opportunity, and the team does a great job making sure we respond. And by the way, you really have a lot of questions, which is fantastic. That lets me know you are engaged. So as always, who am I joined with? My sidekick, right? Actually, she's Batwoman, and I'm just Batty, period. Marsha, our queen of groups, queen of everything. Marsha, you're like a crowd favorite. It's incredible.
Thank you.
What are you doing?
Carmen. That means a lot.
What are you doing? It's the
I'm
truth.
great.
They love you.
I love them. It's a love fest.
Oh my God, you're stealing my Cruise World secrets and my theme, which will be a love fest, right? Because
Really?
by the way, when we say love, who are we talking about? It's always princess, right?
It's always
What do
princess.
It's synonymous. You think love, you think princess. End of
Absolutely.
story. Drop the mic or drop the hearts. It is what we are. So you're getting lots of hellos. Cheryl saying hi, and of course,
Hi, everybody.
Marsha. That's so mean. Now, by the way, remember when Ted said it? She had absolutely no problem whatsoever.
I didn't. It was the best
She was on
Marsha ever.
And you were on cloud nine, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
So that's it. It sticks. It might not be original, but it's sticking with you.
That's
does
it.
Stick. We're done.
Well, we got fun things to talk about.
Great news, because this is hot off the press. I communicated it through a private email on Monday, not the regular newsletter that we do, because this is pretty much game changing. I think everybody's sick of me saying it, but March 13th of 2020 is when the earth stood still for the cruise industry.
Yeah.
Nobody would have thought that something like this could have happened to really put an industry out. And I was very vocal on it. And if you don't believe me, you should go and check 2 years ago, because I think I was unfortunately too vocal. And folks said, really, you should just be nicer and it'll come back in 6 months. No, we suffered. But guess what? That was then. This is now. Rearview mirror. Tell them what we're doing, which is going to really just, again, reemphasize we're back. Cruising is back. Woohoo is right, because guess what? We're back to being global citizens. Back to being global citizens. Take it away. Tell them what the change is.
So effective October 21st, all the protocols have been lifted, most voyages. So we still have a couple of enhanced voyages that still can be found on visitprincess.com/cruise health FAQ. But this is getting so much easier, right? So we've had a lot of barriers, in place, and they're being knocked out of the way one by one. And this is almost the last one. So restrictions still vary by port of call and by country, but that's the reason why you want to visit Princess Cruises or princess.com/cruise health FAQ, right? It's our little Bible.
Latest and greatest. And I think, remember, we were on because we're flying out Sunday to Vancouver, right? And I kept hemming and hawing like, I'm going to have to take another test. My nostrils can't handle this anymore. Really, I want to stop and smell the roses. I don't want to have any more seriously. And then we got the news. And Bonnie agrees. Yay, 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 Bonnie, to being global citizens.
It's so exciting.
Most voyages, there's a few. So that's why we always refer you, right, to that URL. So you get the latest and greatest. And again, we're here to help. Talk about the personalized assistance.
Absolutely. So the voyages that have enhancement requirements on them, we will be doing a call out to the travel advisor and the guest to let them know what those requirements are. But you can always, again, go to visitprincess.com/cruise health FAQ. That's where you find all the information. And our team internally is so good. Vance and his crew are so great at keeping things updated. So please go there. All the info is there.
By the way, Vance is amazing. Trivia question. I went to high school with Vance's wife. He's going to.
Wow.
Josie. She's adorable. I was president of my classes. She was our vice president. She's a sweetheart. I'm not going to tell you what big reunion we have next year, Marcia. I'm zipping it. And we are here to help. And listen, this is, again, one step closer to what? Business as normal versus business as unusual. So I always stop here. And by the way, last week I got 20 texts from you guys saying, okay, we heard you. We heard you the first time, the second time. You're going to keep hearing it, because the original Love Boat is the reason I got into this industry 41 years ago. Every Saturday night, they came into this amazing crew. Look, I get all verklempt, right? And when we told Ted, I think he was verklempt too, because they'd come into our living rooms, and this young 15-year-old thought, oh my God, that's what it's all about. I live in Miami. I should go work on a cruise ship. I want to be Julie. I want to be anything. I want to be Gopher. I want to be anybody. And they changed lives. This changed lives, ladies and gentlemen. So it is beyond. So many of us have been impacted, right? So now fast forward, the real Love Boat. So you guys know, you tuned in, right? Every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. I got my husband watching it. We're there holding hands, watching it and reminiscing. He's even making comments.
I watched last night. And remember to DVR if you can't watch it, because then you can catch it.
Or Paramount Plus, right?
Yep.
Okay, so really, really excited. So I'll remind everybody, since we first aired, it was October 5th, we said on our webinars on Thursday, we'd have a weekly series till the end. We wanted to make sure that everybody knows we will do a sweepstakes. And that took a lot of work from a technical perspective, because it's really always legal. So we love that. And it's every Wednesday night, we're tuning in. So after the first episode, we had Ted Lang on, right? The original Isaac, and he did, I still can't do it, but he said fingers down, whatever. I tried to figure it out.
You dropped it, Carmen. Yeah.
You are good. You are good. And then last week we had Ezra. Who knew? Remember? Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So we got a lot of you commenting on Ezra. And then last night's was so exciting because it was in Marseille. Have you ever been to Marseille, Marcia?
I have not. Have you been?
Très magnifique, oui, oui. Je parle un peu française, and Marseille is just so quaint and absolutely gorgeous. So it was really exciting. There you're seeing them running through the fields, and they had that challenge. It was pretty Pretty interesting challenge, right? I think I would
Yeah,
never ever bathe again. They were scrubbing like nobody's business, but it was pretty exciting. And we had a new gentleman come on. So there was a little bit of a romance and drama. We're fine. I think it's heating up.
it
I'll
is
tell you,
heating up.
finally, don't you
People are,
think?
they're really coupling. They're coupling
Anne
now.
Marie agrees. Anne Marie says last night was the best episode. So imagine what next week will bring. So stay tuned. So the Real Love Boat Cruise giveaway, okay? We're giving away a 7-day cruise for each episode. But with sweepstakes, there will be a question every week
Yep.
on the webinar that'll be based on the night before's airing. That makes sure
Yes.
that you are tuning in and paying attention. I sit there and I'm taking notes. You can't imagine. I get really excited. And I'm not even allowed to enter to win, right? But just I get all, choked up about the experience. So last week, oh, okay, we're going to add this week's question. So stop,
Yes.
pause, right? Okay, on last night's episode, and we talked about that, we were in Marseille. The couples challenge in the competition in Marseille. What is Marseille, this city, amazing city in France, known for? Is it A, Cabernet Sauvignon, which I happen to love, and we'll talk about Marsha and I having a lot of Cabernet next week, not
Yep.
from France, but definitely from Napa. Is it B, linen and lace tablecloths? Just think about that, linen and lace tablecloths, absolutely beautiful. C, was it lavender? I remember I used to bathe my baby in that lavender like bath.
Smells
Isn't it
so
supposed to
good.
soothe you?
It
I need a
does.
lot of lavender. I need a lot of lavender. Or is it D, French perfume?
Hmm.
This is
What
when
do
we
you guys
need our
think?
Jeopardy thing. That's our pop. So
So if
remember,
you're following along, there's a lot of people who know the answer. Might help you out with this week.
and they have a week. You have a
They
week.
have a week.
There's the QR code. This is always how we give them the moment so that you enter. Really important. Okay, we always feature it. You can enter. You'll see it in our incredible travel advisor newsletter that goes out on Thursdays. Perfect
Yep.
timing. We put the question in there. We paid attention. Joe did a great job. The sequencing has been spectacular. And then, of
Yeah.
course, on onesourcecruises.com, the homepage will have the question there or QR code. I think we're all used to QR codes, which are pretty
Yes.
cool. I still
And
ask
if
for restaurant menus. I want menus. I'm old
and if you're
fashioned.
having trouble, remember to try changing your browser, right?
Exactly.
Because we heard there was a little complication sometimes with Chrome, so try another browser, and you should be home free. Or you've got the newsletter where you have a link there, and you can always go to OneSource.
And at the end of the day, the first giveaway was incredible. We had, over 7,000 people want
Register.
7,000
Yeah.
people, not just people, 7,000 of our very best friends, our travel partners
Crazy.
wanted in on the sweepstakes. So I'm super excited. So last week's episode 2's winner.
Okay, I can't
This
do it
is
very
it.
long.
I can. I'm kind of like Charlie. Did that sound
Ooh,
good?
that's good. That's really
Yeah,
good.
I've done this. That's the drum roll and the winner.
Our winner is
Dawn Dorr with Dream Vacations in North Carolina. So Dawn, congratulations.
Yay!
You were one of
Congratulations, Dawn.
many of our partners that answered the question, but you were the lucky winner from last week's. And we all saw the question for this week based on yesterday's challenge in Marseille. So you've got a week until next Wednesday night to be able to go in, whether you're using the QR code, the link in the Travel Advisor newsletter. You have many ways to win. Of course, Marsha gave you the inside scoop of make sure your browser, if you're having challenges, if not just reach out to us. We're here to help you, right? We want everybody to win. We want you to be as excited. But can I talk about so Dawn, I'm sure you know this, right? Marsha, got to tell Dawn. So the biggest part of this for me, okay, is reliving the original Love Boat, bringing it to today, right?
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
Absolutely.
So think about the excitement of the business, right? The business opportunity for you as our travel partners to write our coattails. We're opening up a whole new audience to cruising. Okay, we've been dormant. The startup, it's been slow. So now we are on CBS prime time every Wednesday night, reaching folks that have never thought about a cruise. And I hope you agree with me, Marsha. I don't know your thoughts, but when I'm sitting there watching it, I watch the background of the ship. I watched like last week when they were working out at the gym, spectacular fitness arena. I mean, it's pretty awesome. Yesterday, you saw them doing yoga. You saw them playing the little badminton thing and the basketball. I mean, it just shows the very best of cruising.
Yeah, not to mention the backdrop. Like the views around the ship for the
It,
area and the port that you're in, it's incredible.
it takes me to cruising 101. The reason why
Yeah.
cruising takes you from destination to destinations, you only pack and unpack once. And guess what? You're seeing the most beautiful, iconic destinations in the world in the comfort of this gorgeous vessel. How romantic is that, right? You
It's
cannot
amazing.
imagine. I think it's pretty spectacular. So cruising is
It is.
back. Real Love Boat puts Princess on the map, but let's be real. A rising tide, it puts cruising back. So
And if you
let's
watched
see.
the episode last night, you would know who was featured. Who was the special guest? Do you guys
Can
know?
it get any better? Can it get any better? First, we
It
had
does not get any better.
Jill Whelan.
And look how
Look at
beautiful.
that dress. That's why
I
I'm
know.
wearing red. I'm out of red. Okay, I wore red last week for Ezra, and then I'm wearing red today because let me tell you, when she came on screen, okay, I'm doing my Scott Baio thing. Wow, wow, wow. My husband's like, wow, is that little Vicky? I'm like, that's that little Vicky, my friend, the one and only
Beautiful.
Jill Whelan. There she
And her
is.
advice was amazing too.
Aw,
So we are
thanks,
Oh,
so
look, there she is.
Hello,
Look,
hello.
you and I, we can sit back because we've got the original Vicky. And let me tell you, and Jill, you're sailing this Saturday, right? Because we've got the reunion cruise. And I got to tell you, you have a whole bunch of travel partners that are sailing there. You also have a big wig from Cruise Lines International Association. Charles Silva is going with you. So I'm going to make sure they'll all find you. I just ask, please don't stalk her. You know, we're happy she's here. We're happy she's back because she's more than just Vicky from the original Love Boat. She's Jill, and she is our Princess Celebrations ambassador. So
Jill's
all
family.
you do for us, she is family. Absolutely. Absolutely family. And I got to tell you, you looked amazing. And I thought last night, forget those bachelorettes, ladies. It's over. Okay, that's it. They're all going to follow you. Thank God that didn't happen, Joe, because that would have been the end of the episode, right? Or maybe it would have been part 2 and actually the premiere for the next season. I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there for anybody who's interested.
Oh, you're so cute.
No, you are. Talk about this history, this family thing that we've got, right? Because you grew up on Princess with the Love Boat. It's synonymous with love and what you bring to the table and the amazing memories. I can't wait. We have a whole bunch of incredible questions for you, but I kind of want to hear you tell us what this meant to you. I mean, did you realize at that age that you were famous and just breaking all sorts of records with this incredible family that you had on board?
You know, when I first started, it was already a hit show, and I just, I was so young. I didn't understand, Carmen, what it meant, like in the big picture of things, because I was so young. So for me, it was just an opportunity to play with these amazing actors and have fun. And oh my gosh, we actually get to go on a princess ship. That was, I'd never been anywhere. So for me, Princess is synonymous with my love for travel, and my love for cruising. It's truly and honestly, it's my most favorite way to vacation. So this was a dream come true. There is just the most amazing experience of a lifetime.
By the way, if you're not seeing the comments, they're all saying, wow, Jill, you haven't aged a bit. You look amazing. So I got to tell you, those are amazing
cute
comments. It's not me.
I have
It's our
Vaseline
travel
on the
partners.
lens.
Oh, listen, maybe that's what I needed because I keep going like this because I can't even see. So when we had Ted on 2 weeks ago, I asked them the question because I got to be honest. Again, did you realize the impact you were having? I know you were young, but at some point, did it ever hit you? Oh my God, everybody recognizes me and I'm part of this bigger family, and that you were making such a difference in so many people's lives.
We were so busy working all the time, and we didn't have back then. We didn't have social media. We didn't have computers.
Thank goodness.
So it was a much different situation. But I will say that when we would do our real cruises as opposed to being on a soundstage, I remember one time being in Turkey. And we were shopping in this amazing leather store. It was the middle of the day, and all of a sudden we noticed it was almost like an eclipse happened in the window of the store because it just went dark. So my mom and I looked around, and I think Fred Grandy might have been with us at the time, and we realized the window was covered with people staring in at us, and it was
I
so
love
covered
it.
with people that you couldn't see the light outside, and they were staring at us shopping, and we had to be escorted out the back and put in a van, and they started pushing on the van going, look boat,
Oh my God.
it was super scary, but that was probably, once you're out in the world and you get to see people not in a soundstage or in a studio lot, you get a better understanding of
Surreal.
the
The
impact.
impact.
It's,
Yeah.
thank God there wasn't social media. Could you imagine then? I mean, that even though now it's
Very,
it's
very
insane.
bad if there had been.
Insane. Yeah. We had Polaroids. I'm not joking. Did I say 40? Okay. So let me ask you a question, because on the original Love Boat, the chemistry that you all had, I mean, I'm serious, and we know the love for Gavin, and I know you'll talk about that. But Ted said that you guys it was genuine. It was truly genuine. Whereas you think, oh, these are Hollywood actors. It looks phenomenal on TV, but then they go about their lives, and I wonder if they even have a relationship. And here we are, fast forward. Tell me a little bit about that. I'm curious.
You're absolutely right, and Ted is right. It really is a genuine love that we all have for each other, and it's a very rare thing on a TV show because everybody's egos get involved. They forget how lucky they are to be working actors, and they become, bigger than themselves, kind of a thing. But I think because we had as our leaders Gavin and Bernie, who had been working actors for so many years and had such incredible careers and an amazing body of work, they really set the tone for everybody else to say, look, this is a group. This is not a show about one person. We are not the stars of the show. The star of the show is the ship and the guest stars, and we welcome them into our home, and we are the hosts. And so I think coupled with the way they set the tone for the way it should be, and then when we're all traveling together as a group from country to country to country, you get very close in that way. You have to work together as a team. You have to roll with the punches. And what we had as a cast is, again, so rare. And, we all would hear stories about other sets where this one was vying for attention and this one wanted more lines than this one. And they got mired down into that stuff and took themselves too seriously. We just loved each other. We still love each other. I spoke with Ted Lange this morning. We're so excited to see each other. Lauren Tweez, who goes by Cindy, which is her birth name. She played Julie McCoy. She and I were texting about what to bring on the cruise we're doing. And, so we're all really, really close. And it's just so, it's such a blessing to have such incredible people that you genuinely love. I mean, who would have thought that our relationships would last this long? Because on other series, once you're out the door, most of the time it's goodbye, see you later.
Right.
But not this cast.
You hit the nail on the head, blessed.
Yep.
And it's and to think now, I just got goosebumps, by the way, while you were talking, because I'm thinking, and you're all going to be together on Saturday. Oh, what I would give. Marsha, we're on the wrong ship, by the way.
I know.
We should be on Princess.
Well, you could stow away.
Yes. She said it. I didn't.
Next time, Carmen. We'll get on the next one.
So excited. We're so excited to see each other. I mean, it's rare that we are all together. Obviously, we're not going to have my precious Gavin, but he will be there in spirit for sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Now, I wasn't there at the premiere. Marsha was,
I was
along with all
lucky
the
to be
others,
there.
hobnobbing with the muckamucks and the rich and famous. So
With our
let her
blue
talk
carpet.
about- Beautiful. I'll let you talk about the premiere party because I'll just sit here just going, wow, I wish I was there. Look at you, Jill. You're looking hot. Look at those.
You are so good for the
It's
ego.
the truth. The ego, nothing. All those comments, we're going to have to write them down and send them to you. I mean, like every morning you should wake up and go, hey, I am loved. But go watch and tell them because I wasn't there. I wasn't as lucky
It was amazing. But I will tell you, those shoes, I kept referring to them as the cruel shoes. And the minute I was off stage, the shoes were in my hand and my wine was in the other hand.
I know those kind of shoes.
Yeah, but it was such a great night. It was so special and so fun and just great. They brought and invited a lot of our former guest stars. Charlene Tilton was there. Charo was there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Donnie Most from Happy Days was there. Joan Van Ark from, I think it's Falcon's Crest, and so many more. And I'm forgetting Mackenzie Phillips from One Day at a Time. So many people were there, and it was just, it was just a warm and fuzzy time. And then to introduce this new fun reality Love Boat was awesome, and the cast is so great. Captain Paolo is amazing. Ezra, I mean, everybody's amazing, and we had such a good time that night, and the ship looked so beautiful. It was just wonderful. It was really, and it was a fun event.
It was.
Yes.
Fun.
I heard it. I saw that
energy.
cake. By the way, I was streaming it live because I was in Orlando with my daughter. She was supposed to have parents' weekend. She's a senior and I hadn't been. So I had a very good reason for not being there. And you guys looked amazing. Absolutely amazing. What a premiere. What a way to kick off, today's Real Love Boat, right? Which I thought was super. Just all we got was compliments, and we had some travel partners that were there, and the team was there, and they got to see all of you. And of course, Marcia never asked Donnie about Scott Baio, but I won't hold it against her as we move forward.
Oh, I got your back, Carmen. I got your back. Coming soon.
Yeah.
Anyone who can put her in touch with Scott Baio would be a
please.
complete winner.
Yeah, I'm sure George Roy would love that. He'd welcome it. Get her out of my hair. I love
It's
it.
just a little fangirling, that's all.
Just to tell you, I have to tell you, Carmen, he used to be my neighbor.
Uh-oh.
During Happy Days, he was my neighbor. So
Carmen,
yeah.
are you still there?
I'm here. She's just elevated like an angel above everyone. Oh, I can't wait till we see each other. We're gonna have wine. I want to hear all about it.
Okay.
I'm behaving today because we've got so many questions. I'm telling you, our travel partners want to know everything there is to know.
Okay.
Yes. But first, we want to talk about the special relationship we have with you, and how you are the best ambassador for Princess, and how well we stand as a celebration vehicle, right? Like, there's no better place to celebrate. And we just love that you are an ambassador, and we wanted you to tell us a little bit about that role.
Well, absolutely. My favorite thing to do in the world is to celebrate. There's so many things that we have to celebrate. And to be able to do it on a Princess cruise is the best way to go. So my role is to basically talk about, we have our traditional ways that we celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, and those kind of milestones. But especially lately, we have, coming out of a pandemic, we have so many things to celebrate. Seeing family again, graduations, any kind of a personal milestone, a big weight loss, a health gain, whatever it might be. My husband and I just took a cruise to the Mediterranean, pretty much the same itinerary as the Real Love Boat is going to be embarking on through the season. And it was a celebration for us. It was our first vacation since our honeymoon.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Well, we've been married 5 years, but with the pandemic and everything else and work, and it was just, and that's what cruising with Princess is all about. It's celebrating the little things and the big things in life, and remembering what's most important, which is exploring the world, exploring these iconic places, and to be able to do it luxuriously on a ship and with people that you love and new people that you meet and new experiences that you gain whenever you go into a new port or something new. There's just so many things to celebrate that being the ambassador for celebrations is super easy.
Yeah.
Can I tell you, you are the best is right. We cannot imagine anybody else having this role because you speak from the heart, from experience. Again, I think, Marcia, you said it, you're part of our family. So I'm thrilled that you got to honeymoon. A second honeymoon, right?
It was
Listen,
the best time. We brought our best friends with us, and there's just it's memories of a lifetime. We just they'll come up on your phone, and you just have a moment where you think, oh,
to relive that. You're absolutely, and to your point,
Absolutely.
the last 2 years we've missed so many milestones, and
Ugh.
I don't even need a reason. I don't need an excuse. I want to celebrate every day. I wake up in the morning, I'm 6 foot above. I'm like, thank you, God. It's a day to say how lucky we are, right? And so don't put it
Absolutely.
off. And the celebration, and I know we're going to talk about groups later, so I don't want to use Jill's time for selling. You'll do that, Marcia, because our celebrations groups, which you're the ambassador, are just best in class. So everybody out there should be promoting
Yeah.
a Princess Cruise in this avenue.
I am so
Absolutely.
excited to see groups celebrate together, and I know I'm going to see some on this particular ship. I know it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And it's a traveling little party pod.
Exactly.
It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
But Jill, you know
Absolutely.
what? We also had so many of our travel advisors submit questions in advance that they wanted to ask you. So
Right.
we're going to share a couple of those and get you to answer those for them.
And so I'll start. So Anna from Texas says, first of all, fangirl moment. And she did that all in caps. And my kids tell me that means she's yelling it. Fangirl. I wanted to know, is cruising still a part of your life? And I think that question is perfect, but you just answered it.
Yeah.
Boy,
It
has
is.
it ever.
It is, Anna. It is absolutely a part of my life. It really, and we have, between my husband and I, we have 4 kids. So traveling with kids, as you know, is sometimes an adventure. But to be able to have your children all safe in one place, you have medallions, you can know exactly where they are. I mean, I remember the days when my mother would say, okay, I'll meet you in the purser's lobby that's
I
what it was
remember that
connected.
too.
Yep.
And I'd be 5 minutes late, and then she would leave and try to go find me, and then I would end up coming back and be waiting there, and then we're crossing paths. But with the medallion, it's so much nicer. So for me, besides loving to unpack once, open my window every day to a brand new venue, and location is amazing, but to know that my kids are safe and that they are having just as much of a quality vacation as I am,
Yeah.
is unbelievable. And I can have dinner with my husband by myself, and they can
It's a
have dinner
beautiful thing.
in the
Yeah.
kids'
Beautiful
club
thing.
if they want, or
Yeah.
whatever. I'm telling you, it's a game
Yeah.
changer for me.
So you
It's
talk
a
about
perfect
medallion class.
multi-gen vacation. Yeah.
And that's unique to Princess, the medallion. Okay, that
Yes.
experience. And I say this all the time because I wish they had it when my kids were growing up. We had the old-fashioned walkie-talkies, and
Yes.
it was like 12 decks to the kids camp. And I'd go, Christian, Sophie, come in. What, it's like item 12, are you there? They'd never answer. I just have to schlep myself. Now and we're cruising this December, 10 days Panama Canal for New Year's. And I got to tell you, I'll just do that. There they are. What an amazing thing. Exclusive only to our brand, which, I can't say enough of, but you're a third party endorsement for it because they hear from me like, oh, you're making it up. No, we're not. It is amazing. By the way, Stephen wants to know, this is a quick question before I get to Walter's. How often do you speak with Cindy, known as Lauren?
We just spoke, like I said, probably 2 or 3 days ago, and we speak probably once a month.
There you go. See, they're truly friends before and
Yeah.
after. Okay, here comes Walter from Winter Park, Florida. Oh my God, Winter Park, that's close to Orlando. I actually went by Winter Park, Rollins College, when I was there, and thank God everybody's okay after Ian, because let me tell you, that was so destructive. So my prayers to everybody, as well as our Canadians that had the same thing. Of all the guests on the series, it's a tough one, Walter. Who was your favorite and why?
Oh, Walter, you're killing me. There's so many favorites. I'm going to mention a few of them. There's the one that seems like you would never see on the Love Boat, but he was on, and that's Andy Warhol, which was amazing. I tell this story because it happened once he was on our show. I think it was probably a few months later. I was in New York, and I was in this store shopping, as I'm always doing, and somebody tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Are you Jill Whelan?" And I said, "Yes." And they said, "Well, I work for Andy Warhol, and he would be very upset with me if I didn't introduce myself and invite you to come down to the factory to say hello. So I
Wow.
put that credit card away, and I mean, imagine this.
Ooh.
I get into a taxi cab with a stranger and I go down to what she's telling me is the factory, and it was, but different time. And
Wow.
Andy met me at the door, brought me in, gave me a tour, signed some posters for myself and for my brother, who is an
Wow.
artist. So he's one of my favorites. But then also, I was pen pals with Ethel Merman.
Oh.
Oh my God, we're name dropping big time now.
I know, I know. I'm gonna need to work out to pick that name up.
Is it Angie? Is it Ethel? Who's next?
That's right. I mean, so she was just one of the most lovely people. Charo is obviously a favorite, and she and I are very close to this day. She just called yesterday. I adore her. There's so many. My friend Glenn Scarpelli, he was on One Day at a Time. Right. He and I are still very good friends. Gosh, it's so hard to pick because there's so many amazing. I got to dance with Ginger Rogers, which was
oh my God, what an amazing experience, right? Walter, you got your answers, and I mean those are like forget about it. So next is Patricia from Citrus Hills, California. I knew. Oh, this is great. This is interesting. Okay. Oh, Patricia, I knew Jill when she was California Little Miss. Why are we not surprised? Why are we not surprised? Okay. I was the judge's chairman and sat in the interview with her. And she was great and had a beautiful voice. And nothing's changed. Nothing's
How special is that? That is so special.
Patricia. I wonder if Patricia remembers. I still remember this. I think I was about 9 years old. This is right before Love Boat happened. But Patricia, I don't know if you remember, but I think somebody in the judge's room asked me where was my favorite place that I've ever traveled. And I think I answered, according to my mom, Hawaii, but I only saw it through her belly button because she was pregnant with me.
Adorable.
That was my answer, but I'm not sure.
Adorable. I love that.
Hello, Patricia. Thank you for reaching out.
California Little Miss.
Yes.
Why am I not surprised? Yeah. And now you're the princess and the ambassador of. So here is Angela from Ontario, Canada. What was it like to be a child actress and being able to sail on princess ships?
Well, Angela, it was amazing. It's funny because people ask me, what was it like to grow up on a TV show? But it's the only way I know because it's the only childhood I had. So it seemed pretty normal. As crazy as that sounds, but it was a dream. It really was. I was grateful every day. Still am. Had some of the most amazing memories of my life, and I remember being in school. And when I was in high school, I was taking Asian civilization. And so I was reading about the Great Wall while I was sitting on it.
Wow.
So
wow.
That gave me chills.
Yeah, it was just magical. Just a magical childhood that I am extremely blessed and grateful to have experienced.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Wow. Oh my God.
All right.
How do you top that? I don't think there's a question in the world that can top that. I'm just saying. Oh, but
we can't top that.
One last one. This one's from Colleen. What is Jill's favorite memory from the original Love Boat?
Oh, hey, Colleen. Gosh, again, so many. The memories of my relationship with my fellow castmates, that's one. Doing the musicals that we got to do with, Cab Calloway, Ann Miller, wow. Ethel Merman, well, the list goes on and on. So those were, because I'm a musical theater girl, so those were some of my favorites. And then obviously the cruises, because it was just like when we talk about groups that, we're trying to get groups to travel, that we were a group. Yeah, and we were so close. And it was, just taking a vacation with all of the people that you love the most. So, I mean, those are my my three best.
So I got to tell you, Kim says, we love these stories. These are all our travel partners, Jill. And I tell you, when we've done these, and this is the third one, the reality is, we've done questions, but it hasn't been as in depth. And they're all saying, what a childhood. I mean, this is like a love fest. But I got to say thank you to you again, on behalf of all of us, because you are just an amazing ambassador for our brand. What you do for our brand, you're genuine. The entire Love Boat cast, the fact that it's real, you really are friends. It just restores our faith, right? So I think our travel partners are just loving this. This is more than just a couple questions interview. So I want to thank you, because you have been, oh my God, you're so generous. Thank you with your time, because I know I could go on forever, but I won't, because Marsha's gonna reel me in.
We've got a little trivia too.
Well, I got to pick my son up at 3 LA time, so we're all good.
Let's go.
No, we're good. It's only 11 something here.
So trivia, that's you.
Trivia. So we talked about Charo already, but did you know, in addition to Charo, what other guest star appeared on the Love Boat 10 times?
This is for me.
It's for you and for our TAs watching.
Okay.
But I'm sure you know this.
I do.
Yes. Let's see. Does anyone in the viewer list know this answer?
Are they popping it in there? Because they're able to talk to us live. And this is not the question for sweepstakes, so careful.
It's not.
Have 50
this
people
is general trivia.
Okay, thank you, Marsha.
All right. All right. Jill, should I reveal, or you want to tell them?
Lonnie Anderson, Jules says. Loretta Swift, Chris says. Chato, which we said in addition to Chato. Thank you, Janice. Marion Ross. Linda Kennedy says Marion Ross. Who was it?
I believe that it was Florence Henderson, Mrs. Brady.
Yes.
Look at her little outfit.
Look at that outfit.
Look at her. Look at that great figure.
Is she showing?
You could wear that today.
Is that a belt? Is that a belt?
No, that's her.
No, that's her stomach.
Yes.
My goodness.
Cheeky little.
Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, Florence. I love it. Okay. Which star holds the record for the most guest appearances, 14, on the Love Boat? Does Captain Steubing marry on the final episode? So that's a double. So this person appeared 14 times, and the captain married her on the final episode. Who's that? That's a tough one.
I know that answer because she became my stepmom.
Yeah.
Should I say it, or should I let people answer?
People are answering, and I think they know this one. Go ahead.
Okay.
It was the most amazing Marion Ross.
Yeah.
There we go.
Mrs.
Oh my God. There she is. Marion Ross is right, Cheryl. We got it. That's fantastic.
There's your tie to Chachi, Carmen.
Yes, yes. No. Hello, my new tie is Jill. Hello, Marsha. Next door neighbors. Stop it.
Exactly. Okay.
Excellent.
Last bit of trivia.
Right,
this is one specific to Jill.
Ooh,
so in season
six, go.
Who gets romantically involved with someone that has a drug addiction?
Well,
this was probably, I think sometimes people forget how you guys covered like real life situations, right? On the show.
We did. We really, really did. And this is sort of a tangential to this question, but there was one episode where Vicky got drunk, and the way they handled it in the original script, I didn't like, because she didn't have any consequence. And so I had never said anything ever, ever, ever to the writers and producers about scripts ever. So I went with my mom into the producer's office and I said, I don't like the way this is done. I don't think it's right. And I think she has to have consequences. And they changed the script and gave her consequences. The captain had a stern talking with her and that whole thing. And then I ended up being Nancy Reagan's spokesperson against in her Just Say No drug campaign.
Wow. Just Say No, I remember it well.
That's tangential, but the person that I'm involved with in this, there he is, Glenn Scarpelli, and it's me who got involved with a young man who had a drug addiction. But it all worked out, as it always does, with a nice bow at the end.
Fantastic.
And
somebody had guessed Gopher.
My favorite people.
Yeah.
Someone had
and you said
Gopher,
you're still friends, right, Jill? You're still friends.
We had lunch last week.
Wow.
Love it.
Yep.
This is
okay, we got one for Carmen.
Hello. Do you want me to answer this? Hands
Yes,
up. Sorry,
please.
Michael J. Fox. Goddamn rules. ¿Quién es más macho? Who put macho in there? Like, is this like a Village People song? Macho, macho, macho. Go to the next slide.
Okay.
You're doing this to me. The important stuff.
Yes. And where was Regal Princess last episode? So we should all know this answer, right? She was in beautiful Marseille.
Marseille.
And she's got lovely places to still go. I think they announced on the show that next they'll be in Rome.
Yes.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Rome. Talk about romantic. This itinerary is spectacular. Let me
Oh
tell you,
my gosh.
spectacular. And I will tell my travel partners out there, you should be promoting 2023 like nobody's business, because it is selling like hotcakes. Everybody wants to be on Regal Princess in the Caribbean. They want to go in the Med next year, and now's the time. I mean, there's no better time than now. We actually have a love boat sale going, but I'll leave that for the end, Marcia. I want to take Jill's time. I can't help
Absolutely.
myself.
And where's the real love boat going to be moving forward? So this fall, Regal Princess is continues to do the European Mediterranean, winter of 22, early spring 23, Eastern and Western Caribbean, and then late spring / summer of 23, Northern Europe. So we know you've probably got your clients asking you, how can I get on the actual real love boat? And that would be Regal Princess. And this is where she's going for the next couple of months.
I'd like to go. So anybody who wants to put me in their suitcase.
So we
Jill,
want to thank you, Jill.
Yes.
So much
Yes.
for spending the time with us today. And you were fabulous. I loved your advice last night.
Oh, thank you.
I know. And I know we'll see you soon, because we see you quite often with being our celebration ambassador. And we just love spending time with you. And I'm just thankful that you were able to spend the time and answer the questions from our travel advisors.
Have a great cruise.
Thank you so much. We're going to miss you. I can't believe we're not going to see your cute faces.
No.
Take lots of pictures.
You know I
We'll
will.
be following.
Happy sailing,
so
everybody.
Thank you.
I'll see you soon, Heather.
I love it.
Thanks,
She's
Jill.
amazing. Wasn't that fabulous? I know we
Yeah.
took a lot of time, Marcia, but there were so many questions, and
There
she's
were.
so engaging. And by the way, her advice was absolutely spot on. And we do have to live in the moment and be your true self. Because by the way, she walks that talk, right? I mean,
She really does.
Here. How much more genuine can she be? We are so blessed as a company that we have this amazing ambassador and role model for Princess. And all you folks that are sailing Saturday, I'm so jealous. But it's
I'm jealous
okay.
too.
Because Marcia and I, we're going to be on our sister brand. So we're actually on Holland America for a conference next week. So a week from today, we'll be in Napa Valley sipping a nice glass of whatever. Does it really matter? We're not that picky.
Chardonnay. I don't know.
I'll take a cab. I'll take a peek.
cab.
It's all good. The point is, we're
Yes.
there. We're working. Remember that. Working very, very hard. So again, we talked about the upcoming deployments, which is fantastic. And I know that we ran long, but I know we have a special guest coming in.
We
I'm
do.
about to jump off for, there she is, our own Selena. So Selena, I didn't want to jump off without welcoming you. Thank you for taking the time to come, because you too, it takes two wonderful human beings like Marcia and Selena to understand our groups and how you navigate the groups. And there you are with your beautiful family. So I'm thrilled that you're joining us. And I'll hand it over to you ladies, and we'll see you guys in 2
Carmen.
weeks. Thank you.
Thanks,
I'll see
Carmen.
you Sunday, Marcia. Bye.
Yes, I'll see you Sunday.
Bye.
Welcome, Selena.
Hi. Hello,
Hi.
everybody.
Thanks for joining us. Hey,
Yes, thanks for having me.
tell me a little bit about these beautiful babies.
Oh my gosh, my daughter Ava, she's 7. My son is now 5, and they're keeping me busy, and yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, the busy is probably an understatement. But you probably know firsthand about our group programs. You're always my guru, my sidekick guru about all things groups and polar. But we only have 11 days left for Group Blitz, guys. So it ends October 31st. We have over 200 voyages that are featured for you to be able to take advantage of things like reduced TCs. You've got to get into this and make sure that you're talking to your business development manager so that you can get your groups opened, right? We always talk about a group program, and we do have absolutely the best program. There's no bones about it. It's actually not just talk. It actually is fact. and I'm super proud of it. But we have pricing advantages. There's no risk. The one thing that I always want to drive home is that there's no risk, because Selena and I often hear from our TA partners that, you sometimes don't want to take a group out until you have the booking. Nonsense. You actually take the group out first. You book the people that want to go, and then you advertise, either whether that be by word of mouth, or doing something that's actually in the marketing realm with maybe your social media, because then you can also get more. I mean, the whole point of having the great amenity points that we give you is to add pieces to the group that you think were going to be valuable to your clients, and then you can personalize it to their liking and get more people to book with you so that you can earn more TCs, right? So take the group out first and then add the bookings. Please don't wait. Did I miss anything, Selena?
No, I mean, it's a great way to, put some focus for yourself too. So take out those spec groups, start getting it out there and create a group around anything. And you can get group amenities from your first booking. And we don't take them away. So remember that
Exactly.
too.
That's a big one. I did forget that. Yeah, you don't lose anything. So last webinar, we had a question about let's say I wanted to have 10 cabins, but I only ended up with, 2. Do you take the amenities away from my clients? Absolutely not. They get the amenities that you guaranteed them from the start. So nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So during the group blitz, which again is only 11 days left, we've increased the number of groups that you can take out. So during this time period until October 31st, you can take out up to 24 groups per month. And in normal times, once this blitz ends, we're going to be back to 8 groups per month. So you really want to take advantage of this. Not to mention the fact that we have the reduced TC ratios, which is just automatically more money in your pocket, and also more money to maybe even add extra value to the group for your clients. We're waiving the first and second recalls, which is also huge because we've heard from you. The feedback that you have given to us is that sometimes you're worried about whether you're going to lose your space or not. So waiving first and second recalls is huge, right? You don't have to worry about the space being recalled. You can go out, do the advertising, and get the bookings as they come in. And then we want to talk about Alaska, because who's number one in Alaska? I can't hear anybody. So Selena, you're going to have to say us. Thank you. So Princess is number one in Alaska. And we even have some Alaska voyages that are set at the 1-for-10 TC ratio, which is incredible. It's our 10 and 11 day inside passage voyages. And those also have a call to Sitka, and they have more time in Victoria, right? So those voyages are actually really special. And you guys are often asking us about calls to Sitka. And so here they are for you. They're round trip Vancouver. You get to go to Sitka, and you get to spend lots of time in Victoria. All right, so we also have a customizable flyer specific to this itinerary. So make sure you use your cell phone here to scan the QR code and get access to those flyers. So then you can dual brand this, right? It's from Princess, and then you can also put your agency information in that bottom box in the right-hand corner. But it's not just about Alaska. We also have wonderful TC ratios for all the other destinations, right? So in Europe, Caribbean, Panama Canal, Mexico, Hawaii, with South Pacific, and the California coast. So that list is available to you on OneSource. And it has all of our group blitz tools there for you in one lovely place. So you can also scan the QR code here, or you can go to OneSource individually, go to Sales and Marketing and click Groups, and then you're going to find all the information there for you as well. So again, we only have 11 days, guys, so make sure you take advantage of it. I'd hate to have anyone miss out. But speaking of OneSource, there's so much information there for you, including lots of information on how to use Polar Online. And so we brought Selena in here today to help us with this because she is our Polar Online guru. I'm going to give you a crown, right?
Oh, thank you.
A well-deserved one. So she's our Polar Online guru. All things Polar Online, Selena is well-versed on. And if she doesn't know it, she takes time to figure it out. So we really appreciate that. But booking groups is easy. You want to tell them about that, Selena?
Yeah, super easy. So I'm going to go ahead and show everybody how to quickly search for group availability, but then also then move on to show you step by step how you create the group. It's super, super simple. I've done a full length, longer presentation on how to search for availability and then also how to create groups.
Yep.
So if you missed those, they are on our OneSource Cruises website, so you can go back and rewatch them.
And I think this QR code takes them there too.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. And
but we will have Selena take us live. She's going to share her computer screen and actually show you how to do things in Polar, specifically to opening your group. Yes. So that you can take advantage in these next 11 days of the special offer we have for you with our group blitz.
Yes. Okay, so I hope everybody can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm in Polar Online, and again, you get there by logging into onesourcecruises.com or travel advisor website. I'm going to quickly just show you how to check for group availability. You go to create booking. Again, I'm going to go through this real quickly, but you put your client's captain circle information up here at the top or their phone number. You scroll down, you put their gateway city, their air city, and then you'll put in the date that you're looking for. I'm going to put in June 2023, and I'm going to look up Alaska. And I'm going to put the destination Alaska. And now if you search by date or zone or search by category list, you'll be put on a next screen where you'll see clearly the number of amenity points that are available. If there is no amenity points, it'll also show 0. So I just wanted to show you that real quickly, an example of how you narrow down your options and how you maybe go through and see where new groups are available and you can take out your group space. So I clicked to advance to search by zone. And this is the availability. It'll list columns and the various ships we have sailing in Alaska in the time period that I had entered. And it'll give you the voyage number here. Next door says voyage number. And then of course, it'll give you the departure dates. If you go further down, you'll see where it says new groups right here where my pointer is. And it'll show you the number of amenity points that are available on those voyages. Here for the Grand Princess, you'll see where it says closed. Okay, so it's not available to groups and it'll show you right there that it's closed. So this is just one way so that you can search for availability and then see where we have space available, because after you have the dates, ships or voyage number or both, you would then go back to your main menu. Okay, because now we're ready to create our group. Now that you've selected your dates that you want to, block your group space on, you click right here where it says create group. And the next screen will take you to an area where you can put in the voyage number or you can put in the sailing date. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in the voyage number for the group that I'm going to put, that I'm going to create on the voyage that I'm creating the group on.
While you're doing that, Selena, Karen wants to know, can you do a group with land? Like, can you do a cruise tour group? Is that possible?
Yes, you can do a cruise tour group. So right here in this left column where I just put my voyage number, this is where you'd go to create a cruise tour group. So if you want a cruise tour group, you change this drop down where it says add cruise tour. You change it from no to yes, and then you get additional fields to fill out. And there's even a reference guide and an availability chart right here above the submit button. Okay.
Great.
So you can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and just create a cruise only group for this example. I'm putting my voyage and I'm just going to click submit. So now here, it'll give me an option to change the group name. It gives me the option whether I want to change currency, whether I want a US dollar or Canadian dollar group. And then further down, it'll give you the inventory and the categories that are available to block group space. So again, it'll give you the categories and the price. Now, these rates that are listed, these are the group fares, just the base cruise fare without any Princess Plus or Princess Premier amenities included. So just the standard group fare. And it's by per person, 1 and 2. And then these where it says maximum lower berths. So berths means beds. So based on passenger 1 and 2. And it'll give you the number that's available. So for this, I'm going to just go ahead and quickly put in the space that I want to hold. I'm going to take all the mini suite category MB and MC, and I'm going to put in the number of beds that I want to hold. So I'm going to go ahead and click save and continue to then advance in one of the last steps to set up your group. And here I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look at my group details. So at this point, this is another option to update my group name. Now for this option, I'm going to create a celebration group. So I'm going to name my group so it can be identified quickly as an anniversary group. And then once I go ahead and name the group, I'm going to go further down.
So while you're doing this, I'm going to remind everybody that the celebration groups are for smaller family friend groups. So all of these people in this group know each other. And so we have a special program for those types of groups. They could be multi-gen, they could be celebrating a milestone. But one of the requirements to get a celebration group is to actually name it, name it and tell us what you're celebrating, right? It could be family reunion, it could be a birthday milestone, whatever they're celebrating should be in the name.
Right. So this is a celebration group, just example, but this is the same process you'd go through for any other type of group, but just to, again, put the group name if it's a celebration group, and then the affinity type. That's where, again, you'd have to make sure to select celebration group. And the reason why that's important is because our group department then will get notification that the group was built. And then, Marcia, correct me if I'm wrong, within 72 hours, the group will then be updated to give additional amenity points.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So celebration group, whether you want your bookings auto cross-reference, and you just follow the steps. And then over here to the right, this is now where you would enter in your group amenities. It'll show you right here how many amenity points are currently on the booking. Because it's a celebration group, we give an additional 2 points. So within 72 hours, this number 4 will be upgraded to 6. And then it'll give you the date when you need to assign those amenities by, and that's basically it. And just to confirm the group, I would just put a Y here to do a final recap, click submit, and that's it. Your group number is listed right there for you on the screen. It's TS0 and then the voyage number. So your group's all set up. Quick and easy, painless.
I'm going to answer. So Adrian Lee has asked, if I've booked an individual reservation, then decide to book the group space for the sailing, can I pull the existing reservation into the group?
You definitely can. That can actually be done on Polar Online also. It's super, super easy. You go into manage booking, put in your booking number, click on pricing summary, and then up towards the top of the screen, it'll be an empty box where it says group. You could type in the group number, which is that 3-digit group code, and hit save, and your group will be added to your booking. And if you forget how to do this, just remember, click to chat is here also.
Absolutely. Great questions. All right, Selena, are we done with the live portion?
Yeah, we're done. Easy.
Thanks.
Easy
Great
peasy.
job.
Thank you.
I told you, you're a pro. You make it look so easy, and it is actually easy.
It is.
Oh, the one thing we don't tout enough is that it's literally 3 clicks, right? Like if you already know, so Selena shared the details of, how do you figure out what groups you want to take out and if that voyage is even open for groups. So you got to do a little work there, homework, right? And then once you know what you want, it is literally 3 clicks, right? So easy. So I just wanted to remind you guys that I do have a Instagram page, and it's called Princess Group Travel. I monitor and work with people on that page. I like to share information. And I also wanted to become a place where you all can share information, like tips and tricks and things that you found are working for you to be able to secure groups. So join me or follow me there if you can. And we are also up for nominations for the Travel Weekly Reader's Choice Awards. And we absolutely need to win Best in Alaska. We are 15 years running Best in Alaska, so please do us a favor and vote for us there. And then it is near and dear to my heart that we are also nominated for Best Cruise Group Program. And I absolutely believe, having done the research and all the other options, that Princess does absolutely have the best group program. So we'd appreciate your vote there. And we're actually nominated in 21 categories. So, just go straight on down and vote Princess, right? Nice and easy. And we've got a QR code there for you as well, because voting ends November 21st. So please vote for us. We've also got the Real Love Vote that shows every Wednesday. We talked about that earlier, but just make sure you guys are watching. And to go along with the Real Love Vote, we've got this extra sale going on. It's our limited time offer that ends October 31st. So that too is 11 days before it ends. Gives you the $100 refundable deposit, the shore excursion credit, drinks, Wi-Fi, crew appreciation, and up to 30% off. It's an amazing deal. And another one set to sunset soon, so you've only got another 11 days for this, is the up to 30% off for 2023 cruises. And that gives you the third and fourth guest sail free. So while we know that third and fourth are usually children, sometimes it's an adult. So it actually doesn't matter who the third and fourth is, they are sailing free. And then join us in 2 weeks. So we're going to be off. So Carmen mentioned that she and I are going to be on a conference next week. So we won't have a webinar next week. But in 2 weeks, we're going to have another webinar with a special guest. And then also next week, watch for the winner information and watch Facebook for the winner from this week's episode for the winner for the cruise, right? So we'll see you in 2 weeks there. And then let's go to Q&A. You guys had some good questions that were asked of us in the pre-registration. Selena's going to help me with those. They're easy, Selena. I won't stump you. All right. Is the first question there? I can't see, Selena.
Are there going to be any ship tours inspections for travel agents in California in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're actually working on this right now. Our business development manager team has submitted the ship inspection or ship visit dates that they would like to escort you on board our ships. We're putting that through to our shipboard team, and we're going to get approval. As soon as we get that approval, we'll have invites out to you. So the first one will probably be mid to late November. And then we're going to have a regular cadence and a regular schedule that we'll put out through the end of 2023. So we're excited to be able to get you guys back on board.
Do you have military discounts?
Absolutely. You want to take that one?
Yeah, so we have our military onboard credit program where your client, if they're retired, veterans, or active military personnel, can send in their Marsha, remind me, DD 214. Yep. There's paperwork that they send in, and they can get up to $250 of onboard credit based on the length of their sailing and the category that they book.
Yeah, and that too is also a best in class because I know others, I think, offer a small discount, but you only have to register once. So once you've submitted all your information, every time you cruise with us, you'll get the appropriate onboard credit depending on the stateroom type that you've booked, right? So it automatically pop on once you've registered. And it happens every trip. It's amazing.
Yes. For the new protocol, how do people show proof of self-administered COVID tests?
Yeah, so now we made that real great announcement that this isn't going to happen or be needed much, very often at all. But for the enhanced voyages, you do have to pay attention to what the protocols are for that specific voyage. If you're able to take a self-test, then you would just take the self-test, take a picture of that and upload it into the Medallion app, right? But if you need to have the medically proctored one, then of course you get the results from the doctor's office, and then you can also upload those results as well. Fairly easy. But again, this won't have to happen much very often anymore, so we're excited about that.
Right. Let's see. I would like someone to address the lack of packages that do not involve alcohol. My non-drinkers are feeling very left out.
Yes, I wanted to answer this one. Thank you for asking the question. We did a little research on this. There is such great value in our drink package, and that's the reason why we actually call it a drink package. It's not really just an alcohol package. It includes like your virgin cocktails. It includes water. My stepdad, my parents are sailing in December, and they chose to buy the package even though he does not drink. But he bought the package because he did the math on how much water he was going to be drinking. So he drinks a lot of bottled water. And when he looked at the cost of the bottles of water, it was still worth it for him to get the drink package, right? So there's lots of things included there. And though we don't have a separate package to break out, it still is a very valuable package for anyone, whether they are going to enjoy the alcoholic beverages or not.
Right, exactly. Mocktails, juices, energy drinks. You know, there's lots of items to
smoothies.
choose from. Smoothies, yeah.
Mhm. All right. Was that the last question?
Yes, it looks like it.
I think it was. So just a reminder, we won't be live with you next week, but we'll see you on November 3rd. I just want to thank Jill again, thank Carmen, thank you, Selena, for going live and showing us how to create a group. And thank you, our valuable trade partners, for joining us and sticking with us, because I think we ran a little over. Thank you for staying. And remember to fill out the sweepstakes. Answer the question about the Real Love Boat so that you can be eligible for to win that free cruise we're going to announce in another week. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Bye.